Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Willie, and this is the encouraging word for today. What's amazing about the Bible is that it not only has teachings, but it gives us examples of people, human beings just like us, who followed what God's teaching was and saw amazing, incredible, unbelievable and unforgettable things happen. And James is finishing his book. He gives us an example of a man of prayer, Elijah, the prophet Elijah. And it says this in James chapter 5, verse 16 through 18. James says this: the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. That's the principle. That's the teaching, that a righteous person, that means a person who is sold out to God. God is number one. God is number two. God is number three. Everything is surrendered to God. Their lives are in God's hands 100%. The prayer of a righteous person, when that person prays, God listens, God acts. So the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. And then he gives us the example. He says Elijah, this is Elijah the prophet, you can find that in the book of 2 Kings. Elijah was a human being, even as we are. In other words, he's human just like you, just like me. There was nothing special about him at all, except that he was 100% sold out to God. There's another example of that in the book of Acts when Paul and I believe it was Silas, they perform a miracle on a man, and the priests and people want to sacrifice to them because they think they're gods. Why did they think they're gods? Because they did something incredible, something amazing. They healed somebody. But Paul is quick to say, we are human just like you are. But they were sold out completely to God. So Elijah was a human being, even as you are, even as I am. But look what happened. He prayed earnestly. That means it wasn't just like 5 minutes in the morning he prayed. I mean, he was entering in, he was seeking, he was knocking, he wouldn't give up. He was praying through, as they say. He prayed earnestly that it would not rain, and it did not rain on the land for 3.5 years. Now, I don't know about you, but praying and then you're able to change the weather. And I'm not talking about praying, God, I pray it's going to be sunny on Saturday because we're going to the beach. No, he's praying that there will be no rain, so there'll be a famine in the land because the people in the land have turned completely away from God. And God has told him he's bringing judgment. So he's praying that there be no rain so that people would turn back to God. And he tells Ahab, who's the evil king, along with Jezebel, his wife, that there's not going to be any more rain until I say so. Till Elijah, says so. So he prays, and he prays, and there was no rain for 3.5 years. He's a human being just like you and I. Then James says, again he prayed, and the heavens gave rain, and the earth produced its crop. They had that confrontation on Mount Carmel, and God showed up in power and consumed the sacrifice. The prophets of Baal couldn't do anything. The Israelites all slaughtered them, and it seemed like they were turning back to God. And so Elijah prays that it would rain. and he's up on top of the hill praying that it would rain. He asked his servant, go look and see if the rain is coming. He said, nothing. But he doesn't stop. Gets down on his knees, his face to the ground, prays for rain again. Asks the guy to look, nothing. 7 times he does that. You see, he's praying, not just a little prayer. He's praying, and he won't let God go until he hears the answer. And when we get to that place, if you're a righteous person, surrendered, totally seeking God's will and not your will, then you enter in and God does amazing things. And the 7th time he prayed, the servant looked and there was a cloud. And Elijah said, you better run as quick as you can. A storm is coming. So what we learned from this is that, number 1, be righteous. Be righteous. Be sold out to God. And second, pray like your life depends on it, and God will move heaven and earth. Think about it. The weather was controlled by Elijah's prayer. If that can happen, what else could happen? Your family saved, churches grow, people saved, the world changed. If my people who are called by my name will turn from their sin, humble themselves, and pray, God will move mountains. God bless you, God bless me, and help us to apply that lesson and be the examples just as Elijah was. God bless you. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday.